All right. There's one waiting.
Hey, Graham, how you doing?
Hey, hello there.
Just having fun now. We're live on YouTube.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave in just a second to post the link to Outlook. Okay. And I'm likely gonna turn my camera off. Hopefully, we'll have you'll have someone to chat with soon. You won't feel too lonely.
For sure. Looks like I'm the only one on here so far, but looking to receive some of our friends very shortly. All right.
Maybe we could throw up a Minecraft, do a screencast of Minecraft on the computer or something. We kill some time.
I'm a screencast right now.
So people look at that and think, "Wow, that's cool. It's probably be in this chat." All right, so I'm gonna post now.
All right, I'm just going to go in classroom mode to show that off a little bit. Maybe people like that. Minecraft. Right. And do we know can you join someone's game on a different network as long as you have the IP address, or does that not really work?
Do you think do you mean on in a different board?
Yeah, I know. If we're on the same domain, but I'm at my house and you're at your house, can we join the same world still on Education Edition or no?
Do you know what? I am honestly, I'd have to check. My hunch is yes. But I haven't investigated that one yet.
Okay. No worries. I'll just show them anyway on the screencast here. Okay, perfect weather for sure. I need rain. Fire damage, yeah. Okay, everything's good down there. All right. Classroom mode up here. There we go. All right, let's start by blowing some stuff up.
We could always try that to answer that question if we have some time tonight, Grant. If you're on and I'm on, then we can try to connect to each other.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna build here. I'll build my wooden house here.
I'm almost done here sharing the link.
All right.
That's it. I'm done. I'm done in Outlook. I'm done on Twitter. Are we still by ourselves?
I'll check the channel here. Yep.
Just you and I. Oh, yeah. What? Just you and I hanging out?
Yep. It just.
Oh, that's pretty lonely. Well, I hope some people join because you try to do these things to reach out as many as possible, and we'll just have to wait and see. We'll give it a little bit of time and see what happens.
Yeah.
But there it goes. I sent all the stuff in Outlook now. All right.
Okay. I'm actually using my Xbox One controller for this on my laptop for the first time because I forgot to bring it out. Yeah? So it seems to be. I'm just going to use the controls here, but it seems familiar, but also new in a way. Let this place.
I guess I'm gonna go out and see. There's 2 viewers. Do we have a viewer now?
Hello, second viewer.
Do we have another viewer?
I don't know. Somebody there. Hello out there. No? Do you have any questions? Oops.
Yeah, if you have any questions, just throw them down there on the right-hand side in the discussion.
Yeah, we are happy to answer any time here. I'll just keep building my wood plank home here. We're ready to talk about Code Builder.
Nice.
Anytime here.
You know what I heard today when I was out of school? It's a grade 3 class, and they're making these like homes. And
Yep.
One of the students said that you could use a structure cube or structure block or something like that to basically like do a copy and paste in Minecraft.
Okay.
Have you heard of that before?
No, that's news to me.
Yeah, so I went on the computer, went to YouTube, and it's actually a thing where you can drop these cubes in certain places, and it basically acts as like a copy, and it copies the structure like between the cubes, and then you can take that and sort of just like paste it in other places in the world. So you don't have to, if it's like something like a home that you would want to repeat multiple times, you could just like copy and paste it, which would save it a ton of time. Yeah, that one, the structure block, that's what it was. That's the exact one.
So, okay. All right. Now, how do I interact with it?
I have no idea. It's a little more I think you have to go down and you have to like forge things and stuff. Like I'm not, you have to pull up a menu though, Graham. You're going to have to like play with that for a bit.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay.
It's pretty neat though.
Yeah, model, 3D export, size, offset, include entities, include players, remove blocks. Okay, okay. Interesting, okay. Let me try it over here.
All right, we got six.
Oh, we have 6 watching. Okay.
Yeah,
so, hello everybody.
We got 6 watching.
Yeah.
Feel free to fire any questions off on the right-hand side.
For sure. Just we'll get some Code Builder for now, though. That might be into that. Let's see. So I just go. I like how it's integrated into the chat. So you just press /code and type in the word code.
Yes.
And you're able to just access the Code Builder now within Minecraft itself, as opposed to going to a separate companion app, which is awesome.
You know what I found that was really cool today too? You know what? I can't say enough about just spending some time with students, and you just learn so much.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Just by watching. So I went over to this one girl's shoulder today, and I said, "What are you doing?" And she was, she tapped the little chat icon at the top of the iPad screen, and she hit the like /, and she was able to teleport. And it was on the iPad. It would say like, "Who do you want to teleport to, and who wants to teleport there," kind of thing. Yeah. And the kids were just like, because sometimes they get lost in their building and they don't know where each other are, right? So that was so, it was amazing. It was so quick and efficient just by teleporting like around the world. It's really cool stuff.
That's what we do as well. And we have it at our Maker Club every day. So we have a Maker Club community like world that everybody just joins into and builds their homes and structures in. And then somebody hosts on the PC, and then people join on iPads, and then we always give operator status to everybody. So we put in the / command in the chat. It's a /op@a, and that gives everybody operator status, so that everybody can teleport freely around the world. So it's really handy to have that. It is a little more control for everybody else, which is kind of like, it's a bit of a gamble, but at the same time, you don't have to do it yourself as the host. You can everybody else do it themselves, which is handy for sure.
Yeah, there was a kid running it on the iPad. It was an older version of the app, and he knew a lot of the commands that you could type into it because it didn't have some of the EDU features in the older version. But he was able to could do some teleporting through more command line stuff. So he was typing in like TP for teleport or something space, and he was able to just like sort of type all out of this. This language that the game could understand, and be able to teleport very specifically to different people within the games, to different coordinates within the game. And you could see how it would be easy to, complement the collaboration, right? Because people would be able to just like meet up real quick and find each other in a very efficient way. Another kid had even brought up a map through some, to some command line or whatever it's called, and pull up a map of where his partners were within inside that region that they were in, so they could easily find each other through a map too. So that was really cool.
It is really cool. We have our friend Jay Dubois with the first question of the day here on.
Jay.
Hello, Jay.
Welcome, Jay. Jay Dubois.
Jay says, thanks for doing this. I would love for you to speak a little bit more about how to set up a space for a class and invite in students. So, Jay, there are a couple of ways to do this. When you're logged into, I'll just actually save and quit this, go right back to the main screen here to show you how we would do this in a classroom setting.
Good prize.
So
Jay wants a prize. I know this prize. Jay wants a prize. It's prize.
It's a great question. Always giveaways. Let's see. All right, so we're just going back to the main screen here. Takes a little bit of time here, and we can actually speak to classroom mode too, which would be really handy. Which is only available, unfortunately, on PC and Mac right now. But let's just join back into. So I go to play, set up a game for my students. If I've already created a world that I want them to play into, I just have it set in my list here already. But if I want to create something new, I have a couple options. I can go to the library, which is actually new. So those are all pre-made worlds that you can download before from the Minecraft Education website, but now they're available to download directly in the game itself. So I chose earlier the river biome, I believe, right there. So I already have it set up here. I would just go to play and host. Now, on the other side of things, if I was a student going into the game trying to find my teacher, I'd have the same screen joining in right now with the 4 options: play, settings, library, and resources here, and my character to the right. But I will go to play, and in a perfect world at school, if you're hosting on a desktop, the Friends tab would have your name, the teacher's name, here, and you just automatically connect and you're right in, and it's super easy to connect to your teacher. Not a lot of time, but sometimes if you're on a wireless device like another iPad, or if you for some reason it doesn't show up in the friends list there, they can just add the server address in the list here. So the name isn't so important. They would just have to add your IP address into the server address line here, and then they could join you, no problem. So in order to show your IP address, you have to be in the world itself. So I'll go to play, get in to my, so it's plains biome, not river biome. Sorry, got mixed up there. It's a plains biome. Let's see. It takes about 10 seconds or so to load here. And then I can also show off how to use the classroom mode too. So if you're on a PC or a Mac, fantastic companion app to Minecraft, so you can have even more control over the environment. All right, so I'm in. So like I mentioned before, students would see that Friends tab on the landing screen for Minecraft. In a perfect world, you just be there and say, if it was UJ, it would be JD right there, and they can just connect to you and they'd be right in right away. If that's not the case, you have to show them this IP address right here, and they can type in the address into the servers tab, and then they'd be able to join you the same way. Basically, the Friends tab is a friendlier, more, for lack of a better term, dumbed down version of the servers tab. All right, and to get control over the class, I would just open up classroom mode, which is just an app on my desktop right now. So as you log in, actually first, again, just the same way you log into the Minecraft the first time. Once you're in, you can copy this into the command line. So I just hit the copy button, go back to my game, go into the chat, paste, and it says I can establish a server up in the top left corner there. And if I Alt-Tab to go to classroom mode, I now have this fully functional companion app right here that I could use to keep an eye on my students across the whole map. As you can see, it gets quite vast, but you have all of these options available to you in a quick, easy sidebar. So you can pause the game for everybody. That shuts it right down. until you turn it back on again. Chat's available, weather options, mobs, portable items, damage. Even if you want them to do the tutorial with no world modifying at all, no building, no destroying, you can just have it turn on or off, and even damage to each other, because you can change your personal game mode to survival, which would, in that way, have players in theory battle each other, but hopefully not. Hopefully that answers some of the questions about getting set up.
And there's so many questions to answer, it's hard to get to them all.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
All right. You know, if there's, I think there's 4 watching now. So Graham, Jay, and I, and some mystery person. So if anyone out there has a question about, and Graham just gave some very technical information. But if anyone would like to know about how to, you know, some basics of how to connect and get students to connect to each other, that kind of thing, put it in the conversation, which I don't think anyone will.
Sure.
The thing about this too is that you know, we can share this video later. So if I show something now, just because I suppose there's not many people watching it, they can figure it out later, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right. So I think what I'm going to do, if Graham, if you, I don't know if you covered this or not, but just wondering if you could turn off your screen, like from. I think I might near mine for a minute or two.
Yeah, I will stop sharing Minecraft. Okay. So I should be. My hangout's cut off. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, now it's just on me again. All right.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's on you. All right. So I'm going to try to share my screen now, and just a couple of, and if wrong window. Right. Screen share. All right. How does that look to you?
Yep. Clear.
Can you see Minecraft up there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to click on that. Sign in with a different account now. I'm going to be honest with you. If this is going to show my password, I am not going to. I'm going to turn this off and back on again. Not GoToVDSP. All right, that's actually good. So if teachers want to sign their students on for the first time, what they need to do is very similar to the GoToVDSP account. So it's the first 4 letters of the student's last name, followed by the first 4 letters of the student's first name, and then the last 3 numbers of their student number. And if you think about it, it's kind of like our employee number, so it's got TV, then our employee number. And then instead of at GoToVDSP, which is Google, for Microsoft, and it's Microsoft because Microsoft owns Minecraft, we're going to be typing in tvdsb.ca. So the students, again, will be the first 4 letters of their last name, followed by the first 4 letters of their first name, and the last 3 numbers of their student number, and at tvdsb, not GoToVDSP. Okay, and then we're going to click on next. And this is the part, if it starts to, no, it doesn't show my password. Cool. All right. So the students up there, they would see in the top field, which is right here, they would see their Microsoft user ID, and underneath that is what they use this exact same password that they would use for Chromebooks, for their Google, for their G Suite accounts, for signing into a school computers. It's all the same. It's all synced up. So I'm going to type in mine here. Student will type in theirs here. Whatever happens to be, let's set up. Sign in. Now I'm on a computer right now, and but basically it's very similar to what the students will see on an iPad. And again, I'm just on an iPad is likely going to be the device many of our students are using, especially in our elementary schools, is an iPad, because we don't have a cluster of desktop computers for students to work from. So they're going to likely be using an iPad. Yeah, jump in.
Just wanted to point out it's still casting my webcam as opposed to your screen share. I'm not sure how to get that. Really? Yeah, showing that you're the one casting right now, but for some reason on the YouTube live broadcast, I'm just seeing my my portrait here. As opposed
Does
to
that help there? If I put that on? Can you see, what can you see now?
Like on the Hangouts on our end, I'm seeing your screen, but I'm looking at, oh, there it is. Okay, now we're good. Okay.
Yeah, I clicked in the wrong window. All right, I'm going to just repeat everything I said. All right, which is
sounds good.
I did this on
Sorry
purpose.
about that. Yeah,
because sometimes it's good to repeat things.
Delayed.
All right, so let me just back out here for a second. Great. Right, just 1 second. Getting back in there. All right. Graham, can you please tell me, I think there's a delay of about 15 seconds or so. Can you see if the actual Hangout on air is updating? Like, does it actually show a Minecraft screen right now?
I'm seeing, yeah, like what you're showing right now on Hangouts is actually only behind by about a couple seconds or so. I just keep hitting live one every once in a while to get it to catch up, because it does sort of like lag behind, so I just keep hitting the live button.
Are we good now, though?
Yep.
Can you see I'm actually recording the Minecraft window?
Yep, and Jay can see that as well.
All right.
Chat there.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I see Jay's camera. Okay, let's go. All right, so what we're going to do for students have to sign in with the Microsoft account now for getting into Minecraft Education Edition because it's owned by Microsoft. So all students in Thames Valley have been provided with Microsoft accounts, and there's very little difference between their Microsoft account and their Google account. So as a staff member or an employee of Thames Valley District School Board, I enter my employee number there, and I say @tvdsb.ca. Okay, so students in your classroom will be using the same thing they do with their Google account. So the first 4 letters of their last name, followed by the first 4 letters of the first name, and the last 3 numbers of their student number. That will be replacing my employee number over here. And instead of @gotvdsb.ca, it's @tvdsb.ca. So I'm going to click on next. Then students will be prompted to enter their password, and it's the same password they use for Google, for Microsoft, for signing computers. It's all the same. So I'm going to enter it here. Oh, okay. Try that again. Great.
There it goes.
Perfect. Okay, so, and I'm on a computer right now, but it basically looks the same thing on an iPad, which is going to be the device most of our elementary school students use to access Minecraft Education Edition. So just a couple things. Once you're signed in, if you click on educator resources, I think Graham mentioned this as well, you get taken to the Microsoft site where you can see some, like, honestly, seriously amazing hundreds of lesson plans ready to use for teachers. Library takes you to some pre-made worlds. And of course, you got your settings for your device. I'm going to click on play right now. And if I select create new, just a couple of things here. I'm going to go to create new world. Now, Graham, you honestly know Minecraft better than I do, so please jump in if I say something that's not completely accurate. But I'm encouraging teachers to select creative mode.
I always
right now.
creative mode as well. Always.
Yeah. Versus survival, so that they don't have to make things and they don't have to. I think that's, and they don't have to fight off monsters and stuff. Is that accurate, Graham?
Yeah, and a lot of times each other too. So a lot of them sometimes it's like joining our peaceful, creative, like community world during break at our maker clubs. I have some students that sometimes just create like their own world and put on survival, and they just have mobs, and they basically, like, I was thinking about a royale. So the focus should definitely be more in the creative side in the classroom setting as opposed to survival.
All right, and peaceful is fine, right? That's the default setting.
Yeah, okay. Peaceful is great.
Now, just I know I can explain flat and infinite, and maybe Graham can jump in for old. But if you change it to a flat world, basically it's just like completely flat grass. Like there's no hills or anything at all. And this would definitely be useful if you're, I think if you're teaching things like things you can put in Minecraft, like circuits or math concepts like patterns and things like that. And for working with fractions and things, that would kind of the self-log of that. Infinite's got your, like you can see over here, it's got your hills and your map and your water and that type of thing. And if you fly up really high in the sky, you can find these different biomes and maybe like deserts and things like that.
And I was just gonna jump in. If the old world means like it's basically confined to like a set area, so there's like an invisible bedrock barrier on all four sides, sort of like to keep it contained. So if your class doing something that you want to sort of keep an eye on, not people like just sprawling out to infinite ends, just have it set as old, and you can have it set in a, I think the size is 256, yeah, about 256 block area. So that's only as big as it gets.
Oh, okay. All right. So I didn't know that. I was just guessing. I'm just going to go down a little bit further. Show coordinates is kind of neat because some students, there's teleporting options, which honestly I've been finding them much more efficient to get people place to another. But if you show the coordinates, it might help the students be able to find each other. So sort of like X, Y, Z, up, down, right? Is that accurate there? I'm going to also go down to, I'm going to turn on show coordinates, and I'm going to turn on always day. Always day, that's personal preference, but
it's easy.
And for the education edition, if you turn on show classroom settings, you get extra features here that are not available in the regular version of Minecraft. So I kind of personally prefer, but I would rather. Can you speak to the mobs here, Graham?
Like it's just like creepers and stuff like that, which are just like those green monsters that you often see on like, you know, like the Minecraft like paraphernalia. Like they're harmless, like monsters that just like come by and they just sort of hang around. So if you have peaceful mode on, they just exist, but they're not doing anything to you. That's bad.
Okay, they're not attacking. You know, so you might just want to turn that off then. Allow destructive items. Now, I'm going to say turn this off, but if you're in Graham, you're going to tell me why I shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, there's always an accident waiting to happen if someone puts some TNT out or some lava and something like that. It's hard to contain, or something will happen that will irreversibly destroy a section of the world, right? Especially when you do so, like large amounts of TNT or lava, things can get out of hand pretty quick.
But I can see cases like if you want to make an erupting volcano, you might.
Oh yeah, if it's for fun, if it's a purpose, then of course it's so much fun. But if it's more of a structure building lesson, then you want to make sure you have the right setting turned on or off.
Player damage. I think that if we're looking at a collaborative environment, I'm disable that. You think?
Yeah, just turn it off, and you're invincible.
Immutable world is off right now. If you turn that on, what it basically allows students, they can't change, they can't destroy blocks or add blocks.
No, everything's set.
So this is where I'm going to actually ask, what do you have for some advice? So I told someone today, and tell me whether or not this is true, that if they went ahead and basically made their own world, they had certain parameters set up in the world. So they made, teachers actually went and created objects or artifacts within the Minecraft world. They could place these immutable blocks around it so students could do anything. Is that accurate?
Was that, sorry? If they could...
Like if they could take these, they could make certain objects within the world so students can't destroy them or damage them.
Yeah, and then there are ways to get around that too. Like you could have an NPC, like a non-playable character, like a computer player already in a map. So when students like spawn into a map, they can be an NPC to greet them, has some text to show them, here's your task today, and then they can also like give out materials too. So if you have immutable world off, you can still have, there's still ways to get around it. If there's a certain task, like please build a grid that's 3x3 and or show 9 in a couple different ways, like for a math lesson, then there are ways to get around that are controllable for the teacher.
All right, maybe a little more on the technical side. It's gonna leave that off, though. I think this would be fun.
Yeah.
And player versus player damage. Again, I think if we're encouraging collaboration, we switch that.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to give my So, and click on create. So basically, students have done this on the iPad. Now, this would be if the students are collaborating, this would be on the host iPad. So this would be the student that went through all these settings and made all those changes and that type of thing. And I can tell you again, I'm on a computer right now. I'm showing, I'm demonstrating this. But if on an iPad, if you're using an iPad, in the upper part of the screen, there is a pause button. If there's a pause button, and what that will do is reveal the host IP address, which then other students can access by tapping on servers and then adding a server and typing in IP address, and they should be able to then tap on play and join the world. A couple of is that what you're experiencing, Graham? Is that accurate?
But that's sorry.
Did you get that? What I just explained, did it sound accurate?
I missed the last part of it there. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay. Basically, just that if on the host iPad, they're the one that's they are they save the file on that.
Yeah, on the iPad or any device. Yeah, it's saved locally on the device. So if it's something that's a teacher iPad, it's fine to keep on there. But if it's something that's going to be moved around, obviously you can export it to your drive and import it later to keep working on it.
Right. I'll get to that with the drive and export thing in a second. If I can, I might not be able to accurately explain it. I'll just speak about it. I think the thing was that if students are doing this on the iPad, one student hosts it, the other kids in the group then type in the name of the server for the host iPad, which is I find is the kid's name.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
yeah.
And then they type in the iPad, the IP address. So it starts like 10 dot something. Some kids will type in commas instead of dots. They're not commas, they're dots.
Yeah, that's a common issue. Yeah.
Yeah. So they put that in there, and here's a big thing too. I've discovered this in the last week, 6 years. If they can't connect to each other, the best thing to do, and I know it's a bit of a pain, is for both students to save the world, for the host student to save the world they've created, and then for both students to tap the hold button on the iPad, swipe up so they completely close the application, have both of those students, or all three of those students, or four of those students, however many in the group, relaunch the app and then start from the beginning. So sign into the Microsoft account.
Yeah, and it is, it can be a little bit of a pain, but
usually, it's a pain. It takes a few more minutes, but it seems to work quite well.
I can definitely vouch for that.
All right. Last thing I kind of want to say here, and I can't really speak to it very well because I'm on the computer right now instead of that. But the students are finished. They save the world, and then they're able to find the list of the worlds and then tap a little pencil icon. It will allow them to, I don't know if this is the exact name, but export the world. And on an iPad, you can choose to export it to Google Drive. And then once it's in Google Drive, the Minecraft world file, I think it's MC World, this is source.mc world is a file prefix or suffix. And if it's saved to drive, then another kid could grab the iPad and destroy that kid's world. Doesn't matter because they've got a backup copy of it. So when they go on the next time, the student that was working on the iPad previously would go into their Google Drive account, they'd find the file in the drive, and there would be 3 dots next to the file that they would tap on and then open Minecraft. Just repeat that whole process. Is that how you're finding it in your school, Graham?
No, kids are buying into it for sure because they want to have that protection of stuff that they've made. So they are doing it. They're asking questions about how to do it. Especially at the beginning there when you made that video about how to do it, I shared it with my school and got a cameo in our video announcements on the one morning a couple weeks ago. So it really hit a lot of kids where they needed it. So it's definitely catching on now, and it's commonplace almost now daily in our library Learning Commons.
Awesome. Okay. Well, since it's just you and Jay and I here, I think I'm going to end. I think maybe we should, unless Jay has another burning question, I think we're going to, Grammy, unless you want, of course, to share something. I think
I can definitely show them how to put 10,000 TNT in something to blow it up.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. One moment. I'm going to turn the screen sharing off. Okay, all right. Turn it off.
All right, and I will share mine.
We're going to.
All right. So are we on now? Okay, back to Minecraft. Just gotta hide this little bar at the bottom here. There we go. Okay, so get the code builder. So code builder is built into the iOS version and also the PC and Mac versions now. So you just go into the chat /code. I'm sorry, I typed today /code. Which is our code builder. It might take a second or two just to get it started up here. Longer anticipated. All right. Not usually the case. Let's try. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I'm not so familiar with the MakeCode as of yet, which is sort of like the official Microsoft one, but Tinker seems to be the one that I've gone to the most, and same with Kids because it's the most fun. It's with the tutorials that they've made anyway, the pre-made like guides. So I'll go to Tinker. That load here. Doesn't seem to be cooperating though. That's unfortunate. Well, I wonder if it still has my code from last time. No, TNT is it? Okay, I'll try one more time here. There it goes. All right. So as you can see on Code Builder on the right here, you have it as like a sidebar or go full screen. Full screen is good for like your actual like code building area. You'll see in a minute. So a popular one, just for the sake of distraction, is the 1000 TNT block because it just spawns it right in front of you immediately. So we type it into the chat. So it's a simple one. If you're looking for like difficulty level, this is definitely like beginner, novice, like entry level, and it's so much fun. So just follow the prompts there. Where there's a box here with an arrow in it, you just drag the pre-made block into the coding area. Next step, and then this goes into your if-then box here. And then it says your code should look like this. Make sure and double check it's correct. All right, and then I can press the play button, and it is now active in my game. So I'll just close the code builder, which still remains active in the background. Go to my chat as my block of code says to do. Put in the command 1000 TNT. There it is.
Crazy.
So I'll just get some other inventory. I need to get some flint. So it's to light it on fire. So flint and steel.
This is a great way to end. This is a great way to end the chat tonight.
Oh, of course.
Blow it all up.
So that's in. Oh, whoops. You get my. Oh, sorry. I gotta change my. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let that one on fire. There we go. And you have your instant destruction and gratification of that. We've actually made it big enough to be.
Oh wow! Look at the ground.
Yeah, it's completely decimated. So we've actually made it 100,000 before. So that's, I think, as big as it goes, because the world is not big enough to sustain anything bigger than that, because it's power to 10, right? So we've actually made it 100,000. 10,000. Yeah, exponents here. 10,000. So if I stop, we initiate it here. Type in the same command, it should just show up here again. 1000 DNT. There it is. And then it is now much larger. So you can probably see in a second here.
Yeah. So these, basically the coding functions really allow you to adjust the parameters of the game.
Oh yeah.
These are pretty insane stuff. Yeah.
Serious instruction now. So it's might be fun to just end the lesson with this in a separate world that, you know, that doesn't matter with what's being created or destroyed. It's just more for fun.
I don't know if you're having more fun than or your students.
Yeah, no, it's, you can join right in. Everybody has a good laugh. It's always good for an end of the day activity to blow stuff up. And like the difficulty or the complexity of the code there is, again, like beginner, entry level, novice. Like it's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it takes a little while for them to make up.
All right,
So,
that's cool. Well, how about we end it there? I am just going to turn on my camera and say goodbye to everybody.
Yep.
There we go. All right. So I'm out for the night. Thanks for watching. We will definitely share this video out. Hopefully we'll get some people watching it after the fact, because of course I know not everyone can just tune in on any given night. So we'll share this out, and I hope you get something from it. Please feel free to send me or Graham a DM on Twitter or an email on Outlook, and we'll try to get back to you. Any questions?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks for coming, Jay.
So, yeah. Thanks, Jay. We expect you now to be the expert. All questions go to Jay Dubois from Minecraft Education Edition. Jay Dubois.
Yes, Jay Dubois.